There will be days when you don't feel strong. Days when the road feels too long. Days when you question whether all this effort is worth it. And on those days, you need to remember something. You are allowed to rest, but you are not allowed to quit. There is a difference. Rest is recovery. Quitting is surrender. One gives you strength to continue. The other gives your fear control over your future. Think about a soldier returning from battle. He doesn't keep fighting until his body collapses just to prove he's tough. He cleans his wounds. He sleeps. He recovers. Then he gets back up. Because the mission didn't disappear just because he needed rest. Your mission hasn't disappeared either. Maybe you're exhausted. Maybe you've been fighting for months. Maybe you've worked hard and still haven't seen the result. You wake up every morning wondering when something will finally change. But understand this. Progress is often invisible before it becomes undeniable. A seed spends its time underground before anyone sees a tree. The roots are growing in darkness. Nothing seems to be happening. But everything is happening. Your life can be the same. You may not see the results yet. But every workout, every page, every hour of work, every difficult decision is building something beneath the surface. Don't confuse silence with failure. Sometimes you're growing where nobody can see it. And sometimes the reason you're struggling isn't because you're weak. It's because you're carrying too much. You don't need to stop forever. You need to breathe. Put the weight down for a moment. Sleep. Recover. Walk away from the noise. Then come back. Even machines need maintenance. Even fire needs fuel. Even the strongest warriors need rest. Rest isn't the opposite of discipline. Sometimes rest is discipline. Because if you destroy yourself trying to move forward, eventually you won't be able to move at all. Listen to your body. Listen to your mind. But don't let temporary exhaustion convince you that your permanent destination is impossible. That's where people make the mistake. They experience one terrible week and decide their entire dream isn't worth pursuing. They fail once and call themselves a failure. They miss a workout and stop training. They make one bad investment and stop learning. They get rejected and stop trying. One setback becomes an identity. Don't let it. You are not your worst day. You are not your latest failure. You are the person who gets back up. That's what matters. A storm doesn't make the mountain weaker. It reveals the mountain's strength. And your difficult seasons are doing the same to you. They are testing whether your commitment depends on comfort. Because anyone can keep going when everything feels good. The real test comes when the excitement disappears. When nobody applauds. When progress feels painfully slow. When you have to choose between comfort and commitment. That's where character is built. Sometimes you will crawl. That's okay. Sometimes you will walk. Sometimes you'll sprint. But keep moving. Because forward doesn't always look impressive. Some days, winning means doing everything you planned. Other days, winning means simply refusing to give up. You don't have to conquer the mountain every day. Just don't turn around. Keep your direction. Keep your purpose. Keep your fire alive. Even if the flame is small. Protect it. A small flame can become an inferno. One more day becomes one more week. One more week becomes one more month. And one day, you'll look back at the distance you've traveled and realize you were much closer than you thought. The hardest part was not becoming stronger. It was refusing to disappear when life became difficult. So stop demanding perfection from yourself. Demand persistence. You will have bad days. You will lose momentum. You will doubt yourself. You will get tired. That's part of the journey. What matters is what you do afterward. Rest. Reset. Return. Again. And again. And again. Because the people who eventually reach their goals aren't always the strongest. They're the ones who refuse to permanently stop. They understand that success isn't about never falling. It's about getting back up enough times that eventually you make it. So if you're tired right now, rest. If you're hurting, recover. If you're overwhelmed, slow down. But don't quit. Don't throw away years of effort because of one difficult season. Don't let one chapter convince you the story is over. The storm will pass. The night will end. The fire will rise again. And when it does, stand up. Take a breath. Look forward. Then take the next step. You don't need to know how many steps remain. You just need to take the next one. Then another. Then another. That's how mountains are climbed. That's how champions are built. That's how lives change. Not by never getting tired, but by learning how to rest without surrendering. So rest if you must. Cry if you must. Slow down if you must. But never, ever stop. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. I will rest, but I will never quit. So that I know you stayed all the way till the end. And you will recover when you need to, rise when you are ready, and keep moving forward until you reach your goal.